Why was Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam asking them what their revelation said? Why was he applying their religion on them? If Islam is a true religion, then Islam should be applied on them. There is a discussion that follows this. Some ulama, they say that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam asked them to see what was in their revelation because he already knew that it was the same as was in the Quran. So he was always applying the Quran, but he was verifying what they already knew to be true. That what I'm applying on you isn't something new. You already know this. This is in your revelation. So it's the same. A moment of da'wah before a punishment is given. That it's the same revelation. Why do you keep turning away? But another group of ulama from this ayah and also other verses of the Quran, they make a deduction that it is permissible to apply the religion of the dhimmi on the dhimmi. So if there is a subject of a Muslim government that is giving their dhimma to the Amir, to the Sultan, the Amir can then apply the faith that they follow on that group of people. Right? Their judgments don't have to be based off of the Quran. And probably one of the best examples here, the golden precedent would be the Ottoman millet system. So this is very well known for those of you who have studied history and understand the Ottoman legal system, are familiar with their millet concept. It was a religious-based communal autonomy for non-Muslim groups within the Ottoman Empire. They allowed each millet, each group, each religious group, to be organized around their religious leaders, their patriarch, their chief rabbi, right? The millet would use their own religion. Those individuals who were appointed and accepted by the government as the authority in those faiths would then have their own courts, and they would pass rulings on religious affairs. They would have their own schools, so they would have their own courts, their own schools, and they would pass fatwa and rulings based off of their tradition. Generally, they would handle issues like divorce, marriage, inheritance, and internal education. The impact of this was that the Ottomans were able to contribute towards a multi-ethnic and maintain their multi-ethnic empire. People were not forced to one law, they were accommodated. That you can live by the laws that you are familiar with. The Hanafis here are quite accommodating actually. Some of the other fuqaha are a little bit more strict, but for the most part, all madahib, all legal schools of thoughts do allow this. They consider this to be a part of some maslahah, and they also apply some principles of siyasa shari'iyya, state policy, to accommodate the millet system.